try to understand that why these festivals are important in our life, every single festival has a significance with our human life. Whether we are talking about the Hindu religion, Christian, Islam, or any other religion in this world, all this religion has a fine line of relation or correlation with the cycle of a life. No matter how much modernized we are, how much developed we have been, we always claim ourselves to be one of the best entity in this world, and that's why we are perhaps one of the most developed creature. But as a human being, if you really try to understand the path of life, it's always very mystic and uncertain, and we always try to correlate each and every happenings of our life with the single thing which is really practical or impractical happening in our life. And that is why we always try to find answer for our curious minds. And perhaps that is why we can see people always have been taking help of those fortune tellers or astrologers. And perhaps some people who are really honest and sincere are not even being noticed. And many times we have seen that people who are really unscrupulous, who are really dishonest, are making a lot of money by taking advantage of the soft corner of people's mind. We actually try to get explanation of every untold and uncertain things in our life, and we are always very curious to see our future. And that is why we want to always ascertain and assure ourselves that what is going to happen in the future. In this video, I'm going to discuss about that what exactly is the resemblance of these festivals in our life. We are actually standing on the eve of Deepavali, which is one of the important festival in the Hindu religion. We also know this festival as the festival of light. We really celebrate this festival to spread joy and happiness among everybody. We illuminate our house, we spread love and prosperity to each and dear and near ones around us. But how much we really try to imbibe the aura or the learnings of this festival. In this video, if you really see till the end, you will understand that what exactly is the resemblance of Deepavali in our life. Hi, I'm Pramanko Das. I'm an international trainer and motivator. I'm once again back. And if you're watching me for the first time, then please understand that this is a PMA channel where I'm always available for you for presenting such motivational and inspirational video. And still, if you have not subscribed my channel, go to the subscribe button and click for getting some more information about such motivational videos. And don't forget to click on the bell button to stay notified about every time such inspirational videos are uploaded. So let's get into the topic. Before that, I want to wish all of you a Shubh Deepavali or Happy Diwali to all my viewers and friends. I hope this Deepavali bring a lot of joy and prosperity in your life. Sometimes we always try to find clue that why we exactly celebrate a festival. Let's take example of this Deepavali. How many of us really know that why we celebrate this Diwali? Generally, we know that the traditional explanation that when Sri Ramchandra came back to Ayodhya after 14 years of exile, after defeating the demon Ravana, the entire citizens of Ayodhya celebrated this day as the homecoming of King Ramchandra. And that is how this festival of Diwali got very famous. It is believed that the entire city of Ayodhya on that day was illuminated with the earthen lamps, which was a glorious day to celebrate the victory of truth against evil. And that is why this day is known as Deepavali. Deep, which resembles the earthen lamp or the lamp which is there for the truth and victory. There are some explanations also that this day is also considered as the worship or the celebration of Dhanvantari. Now, how exactly these explanations or the logics have been given, whether we are talking about our Vedas or Puranas, we will understand that all these incidences or explanations are related with our human life. If you go to the southern part of India, you will see that people consider this day as a celebration of Dhanvantari, and when you come to the northern part of the India, which has been converted from Dhanvantari to Dhanteras, where it is considered as a celebration of wealth, prosperity. In the modern day, whenever we talk about Diwali, people always try to resemble Diwali of being wealthy, richer, and living prosperous. From time immemorial, we know that we always love to live a comfortable and a rich life. And who is there who really doesn't like to live a comfortable and prosperous life? And there is nothing wrong in living prosperously. But we need to understand that what exactly is the meaning of real wellness and prosperity. Most of the time, when we talk about wealth, we often get confused by the materialistic wealth. Did you ever remember the adage which people used to say that health is wealth? But how many of us really understand the meaning that health is wealth, or how health is compared with wealth? Actually, if you really understand the logic of worshipping Dhanvantari, Dhanvantari is actually worshipped for the wellness or for the well-being. This is considered as the God who is blessing, keeping people safe and well, so that the people can live a prosperous and healthy life. This is considered as the God for Ayurveda. The people, the doctors, the people who are really in the field of healthcare, or people who are really trying to ensure that everybody stay well, they used to worship Dhanvantari in the ancient times. But with the passing times, this wellness, which was related with our well-being, got gradually changed into wealth. And that is why people took this day, which is symbolic of celebrating for our wealth and prosperity, which become Dhanteras. If you really understand, a man could have a lot of wealth and resource in his life, but truly, if you really understand, do you think that person is really wealthy and happy? Always not. And the biggest example we have seen during this time of COVID-19, when the entire world was stricken by this pandemic, a lot of people have really struggled to stay alive, in spite of the fact that they have a lot of resource, they have abundant wealth, but still we could not assure life and health for them. And the only reason is that where we have got completely isolated from the fact that wellness and wealth are always not hand to hand. Wellness is really related with our well-being. And when we talk about wellness, we have to understand it is all about physical wealth. It is about being healthy, being mentally healthy, and also to live our enriched and prosperous life. But for that, you need to have the spiritual wellness, and that will really reciprocate your physical wellness and your mental wellness. And gradually, it will turn into your emotional wellness. So let me quickly give you some quick tips which can let you live a prosperous life. This Diwali, I'm going to give you some 5 secrets which can make your life really wonderful. And I'm sure if you're going to follow these tips from this evening of Diwali, you're really going to live a wonderful, a blissful, happy Diwali life. And every day is going to be a Shubh Deepavali for you. So what are the points? Let's quickly understand, my friends. The first point which you need to understand is, most of us have the habit, and especially if you're Indians, to preserve the old things in our house. Whether it is a furniture, whether it's electronic item, whether it is even the dress. Make it a point that every day you should try to make your house declutter. Remove those unnecessary items from your house. If you have not been using a particular dress for more than 6 months, keep it in the cupboard. If you have not been using a particular electronic item but it is still kept in your house, it's time to remove it. If you find an old furniture which has not been used for a long time, you should think of removing it or selling it off. The reason is, every single thing as per the Vastu Shastra has got some magnetic energy. This Diwali, you will invite a lot of guests in your house. Remember, all people have different levels of energy. So every time a guest comes to your home, he brings in a positive as well as negative energy. Similarly, there are a lot of non-living things in our surroundings which are also giving some kind of vibes. Who knows? Some of those vibes are negative. So it's time for you to declutter your house. So that is the first point which I'm giving you today in this eve of Deepavali, that you have to remember to declutter your house so that those negative vibes are removed from your surroundings, so that you can really get a positive surroundings. So make it a point, this Diwali you are going to remove all those unnecessary items from your house. Let your house be neat and clean, and make sure that only important things are there around you. The second point which I'm going to give you is, most of the time you will see in many houses, they have a habit of cleaning the house. But how you're cleaning, that is very important. Make sure that you use the proper hygienic method. You make sure that every day, or if not every day, every alternative day, you start cleaning your house with salt water. Now you can ask me that what exactly is the reason of using salt? During this pandemic, it has been proved that salt has got chloride. We know the formula of salt, that is NaCl or sodium chloride. So if you use chloride every little in your floor cleaning solution or the water in which you mop, it will help you to get rid of the different germs and viruses or different bacteria, which will keep your surrounding clean. Because good hygiene always ensures good health. Third thing, you make sure that you have every day a practice of burning camphor or some good incense stick, or it could be some good herbal oil which will spread the aroma in your surrounding, which will ensure that your house is going to attract this positive energy, so that this Diwali you make a start of bringing this positive energy. It has been proved that camphor can remove a lot of negativity from our surroundings. So if possible, at least once a day, you burn camphor, which will let you attract the positive energy and get rid of this negative energy from your house. And the fourth thing, you should make it a point that if your house is a modern day house and you have got a lot of fancy furniture and you have really decorated it nicely, you have got a lot of instruments for different electronic reasons, but did you keep enough provision to let the sunlight come into your house? We are all living an urban life where we hardly get exposed to the sunlight. And that is why during this pandemic, we have been reminded by the doctors and the medical fraternity to have the supplement of vitamin D. And we know the richest source of vitamin D is sunlight. So make sure that every day, at least for 30 minutes to 1 hour, you should let the windows and door open so that the fresh sunlight and air comes into your house and it can detoxify your house. All your rooms, all your living rooms and the bedrooms and the study room, wherever you spend most of your time, you should let sunlight come in. You should not forget the fact that during this quarantine and the lockdown period, when most of the people are spending the maximum time of their life in the houses, we should try to ensure that we have really made enough provisions to sunlight come into the room, so that all the bacteria and the viruses and all those pathogens which we could not see with a clear eye are easily destroyed. So let's make sure that in this festival, which is also known as Deepavali, or the worship of Kalaratri, goddess Kalaratri, can distract all the negative powers of our life, because we take an oath in this symbolic day of Deepavali that we start living a healthy and a blissful life. And the wellness can only come into our life when we start following these important points. So again, I remind you, the first point what I said is you have to ensure that you can declutter your house. Second point, I said that you should clean your house with salt water. You should do mopping at least every alternative day. And the third point, I said, my friend, that you should burn camphor. The fourth thing which I'm going to tell you is really very important. Make sure that you can keep a time, maybe sometime in the day when you are a little bit relaxed, to listen to the chants or the mantras or some spiritual music which can relax your mind. It has been proved scientifically that our psychology controls our physiology. I remember when I was a small child, when the priest comes into our house to offer the prayers, often he used to chant a lot of mantras. I couldn't understand all these things. So once I asked the priest that why you exactly say a lot of mantras and slokas. He tried his best to explain me, but since I was a small child, I could hardly understand all these things. I rather got more confused. Then when the priest left, my mother told me that this worship, these prayers are there to make us live calm. We pray to the God on this day of Deepavali, to the goddess Lakshmi or to Dhanvantari, that God or goddess, let us live happily and peacefully. We should always understand that we should thank the Almighty for whatever the God has given us. The biggest thing is that we should always be content with whatever we have, because most of the time we are discontent. So let's be content with the fact that whatever God has given us, we are enough blessed. So let us start thanking God, let us start feeling happy. And when you are really at the peace and when you are happy, you will find that gradually the wellness is following you. So if you really want to understand the secret of prosperous living, you have to get the mental peace. And the fifth thing which I'm going to tell you is really very important in our life is whenever we actually try to remain happy, have you tried to understand that what is that important thing which matters? That is to let go. So let us let go those things which are not in our control. We always try to control different situations in our life, but we really forget that how we can control everything, because we are just the human being and everything is always not in our control. So let us not worry about our past, let us not worry about our future, because past is history, future is mystery. Let us live in present, because that is why it is called as present, the present from God. Start living in the present moment. Start living it happily and prosperously and peacefully. And when you can do that, you are really going to live a prosperous life, my friend. And these 5 things which I have said today, if you are going to start from this Diwali, I'm sure the next 365 days of the year are going to be a happy Diwali day for you. So, I consider that my viewers who are listening right now this video are really going to follow these 5 tips and make every day of their life as a Diwali day, as a happy and prosperous day. With this positive note, I really try to conclude my video by saying Shubh Deepavali. Let Goddess Kali, let Goddess Kalratri bless our life with all the positivities, and let this negativities be removed, and let us get rid of all those negative thoughts and all the evil things from our life, and let us welcome the real wellness, the real wealth of being well-being and being happy and prosperous. And at the same time, I also want to remind you that if you have still not subscribed my PMA channel, subscribe the channel today, so that every time you get this kind of positive and inspirational videos, my friend. So stay blessed, stay happy. Happy Diwali once again.